Okay, so hello everyone. I hope you guys can hear me and see me. So good morning and very good morning to you. So let's get started. I don't know why. Is my sound and video all clear? Just one comment to verify that. I highly appreciate that. It looks like everything is good on my end. So yeah, let's get started. So first, let me start with the daily time frame. Um, it's it's 6:30, so market is on and it just started. So opening bell is you know ringed. So okay, this is the daily chart. So far in the open, what we see over here is we are getting a good resistance on the R1 level on the daily time frame. So okay, I'm getting a prompt. Okay, yeah, currently receiving the data. Okay, so data is good. Okay, so right now we are here, and liquidity wise also we have just started. So nothing like special. Let's look at the daily time frame to get the idea of what is the day looking like. So over here, what I see is a heavy resistance on the 220, 226 or 228 zone. So this is, we are just consolidating since last 3 to 4 days. So no real progress, but if we look closely, so if I zoom in right over here, what I see is the real support is at 21,950. This is the point of contact, or maximum volume has occurred over here. So far, everything looks good. um, Let us also look at the news, if we have any news today that we need to be aware of. So I go over here and I go to the economic calendar, and in the economic calendar what I see is Fed speaker Goldsby is going to speak in 2 to 3 minutes. Then we have 7 o'clock, we have CB index, CB leading index. So okay, so we have news at 7 o'clock, that is 30 minutes from the open, and then all the way 9 o'clock we have important news, that is 15 and 30 years mortgage. Then we have some Fed speaker speaking, and we have 30 years tip auction. Okay, so we don't have big market moving elements, but we just need to be aware of these time zones. So we won't trade on these volatile times. What about QQQ? So let's start with QQQ. This is the 5-minute time frame, and looks like QQQ is breaking down from the P0 level. When I say P0 level, it means the pivot level, right? For those who don't know, this is the pivot indicator, and these are the pivot settings that I have done just for your knowledge. Looks like a negative day. I expect digestion today because we have just rallied way too much. We are near the all-time highs. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, so far the observation is we are below the P0 zone. And let me also show you this. So on the weekly, hourly time frame, we are sitting exactly near the first standard deviation. So this is the VWAP, and then okay, so we just breached the standard deviation. And also let me show you my primary main chart, that is the 5-minute chart over here in the Nasdaq contracts. So that is also below P0. So right now it looks like markets wants to digest a little bit and wants to go down. So we'll wait how much this is true. But yeah, looking at the markets right now, looks like we are going to test the S1 level over here. And then for those who don't know, this is going to be my trading terminal, and over here I place all the trades. So you can see right now it's 0-0. Since it's the start of the day, I haven't put any trades. Okay, so one key observation over here is we have bearish crossover over here. The blue line is crossing the red line, from the top. So in technical language, it is bearish crossover. But as you guys know, I don't take the trade, in the first 15 minutes unless it's a really good opportunity. So today it makes sense to wait for the first 15 minutes to see where the range is, right? And also pardon my throat today because it's I don't know, I'm facing some kind of sore throat, so you might not see a lot of speaking from me today. But as and when it's important, and as and when things need explanation, I will explain. Also, here is the delta chart. So right now the delta is going down heavily. Let's see if it recovers. But yeah, so far the day looks bearish, so let's see. Let us also search for any liquidity zones. So okay, what do we see over here? I'll just zoom in so that we know. Okay, so far I don't see any big zones of liquidity. So the move on the top side and move on the bottom side can be big because I don't see a nearby really good liquidity level. We can go be on the downside and see. Okay, on the downside I see 22,000, 28 and 22,000 is a big liquidity zone over here, but that may change. And on the upside, let's see where the resistance is. Okay, so the real resistance on the upside is 22,350, as you can see over here. So we set the expectation for the upside and on the downside, so we should be aware of what is happening in the order book as well. As you can see, this is the current order book, this is the chart volume profile, this is the session volume profile, that means for the entire day, and this is the trade counter, this histogram. So we get a very clear view of what is happening in terms of volume. So anybody who is a fan of volume analysis would love this kind of information because it gives them immense advantage. Okay, so the good news is first 15 minutes candle is about to get over in 4 minutes, so we will draw our opening range as usual. So over here right now it is still failing to close above the P0 zone, and as long as it doesn't close above the P0 zone, I wouldn't be interested in going long. But if it closes above the P0 level, then I would be interested to go long. And just so that you guys are aware, over here price action is going up, but at the same time delta is not going that much up. So price action has almost reversed almost 70%, but you can see delta has not gone even 50% up. So we need to be mindful of that sellers are right now dominant. But a lot of things will be cleared after first 15 minutes, because I will draw the range and then we can draw our own conclusions, right? Okay, looks like delta is recovering, but not that much. 22,200 is the resistance right now for the VWAP over here. Let's see if we can break that. Looks like it wants to break, but let's see. In the meantime, I will prepare my box of 15-minute range so that we can draw the 15-minute range line. Okay, so I have completed my drawing of 15-minute range. So this is the top of the range and this is the bottom of the range, and the dashed line that you see is the median line of the range, so mid of the range. So now we have the clear view of what is the perspective of the day, who is dominant, right? So the first 15 minutes is about to get over, and looks like sellers are dominant as of now. So we do have a bearish crossover over here. We do have the price action in the bottom half of the 15-minute range. So what we want is the confirmation on the downside, right? Okay, so we do have the confirmation on the downside, and liquidity is also going down, so that's nice. So you can see over here that it is approaching this liquidity zone, that is 150 over here. So let's see. Mostly I'm looking for a shorting opportunity over here, so let's see if we can get a good price. So what I see over here is nice drop, and I'm just seeing if we can grab some 5-10 points. It is a very big hammer, so buyers are present over here. I just want to know how much strong the buying pressure is. So over here, if you see the liquidity, it's around 22,150. So very high chances of that getting tested. So since we have the liquidity over here, looks like we already tested it and now about to breach the liquidity. So now let's see how many points. Okay, so this is a 86 point drop, so just be mindful of that. Since we have 86 point drop, it makes sense for the price action to consolidate now and see where it wants to go. So if it goes, at least till 128, 22, 128, then that would be the stage where I would look for, long entries. But let's see. Recovering a lot, so ideally what I would like to see is 22 128 getting tested, and then that's where I will be interested to take a trade. But let's see if it can get there. Right now it looks like we don't have a major level of liquidity below, so the potential to go down is really good. I think we will get the first trade of the day today in few minutes, so let's see. Looks like 22,100 will be tested. All Alright, so here's my trading terminal. I'm just waiting for a good price, so I am putting a buy order at 128, and let's see if it can get filled. Just one contract. I can also wait for 122, which is very near to the support level, so let's see if we can get that. Right now it doesn't look like we'll be filled, but I'm still gonna try. So I have already put my limit order over here, guys, as you can see, the buy order. And what I can do is I can elevate that a little bit, but I just want to wait for the market's reaction, so let's see. But yeah, my limit order is set at 122. Okay, so I got filled over here, and I'm right now in the position. I just entered the position at 122, and this is a long position, mind you, so let's see how it goes. As always, I just want 5 to 10 points, so let me set my limit order. Looks like it wants to go down more. So I'm setting my target order to $200. That is at 32. So let's see. Currently in the trade right now. This is a pretty good fall, almost more than 100 points. So you can see over here, since the start of the day, 160 points. 128 points. So it's quite a good fall. So let's see. So I went in at 122. Looks like it's quite a heavy fall. And the good news is I just went in with one contract. So even if the markets goes down heavily, I'm not that much concerned, because I can always average down. That is why I have kept only the position size, only one contract. Looks like it's heavily going down. Let me see if there is any. Okay, so it's 6:50, so we don't have a lot of news, but let's see. This is why it's very important to keep your position size small, so that something happens, and if the markets goes against you a lot, still you have the room to average, right? And since you can see over here, I have a lot of buffers, so this is exactly why I have, planned something like this. But let's see what happens. If the need be, if there is a need, only then I will average, but I still want to see how markets are reacting, and I will wait for it to stabilize, only then I will do that. So so far we have a liquidity at 22,030. So right now stabilizing under 30s or 60s, let's see. Because it would make perfect sense only to average when the markets are stabilized and we are getting a confirmation of bullishness. So right now I'm not doing anything. So when you have just one contract, it really helps in staying calm, cool, because even if so right now the position is against me almost 70 points, right? But I'm not concerned that much because I know that I have lots of room to average it out, right? So approaching the S2 pivot level, so let me show you. So this is the S2 pivot level, so approaching and touching the pivot level. So now it does make sense to average, right? So let me show you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one buy order at 32. So let's see. If it reaches 32, then my order will be filled, so that will bring down my average price to a lot. So let's see. Even 36 is not a bad price. Yep, so it got filled. So now, as you can see, my average price is 77, 22.77, right? And still I just have two contracts. So let's see if we can recover. In my humble opinion, we should be able to recover from here. Looks like 22,000 is getting approached. So we right now the status is we are in two contracts position, so not that bad, to be honest. For people who are seeing for the first time, you will be thinking I'm down by $3,000, and but believe me, I'm in a very good position because I just have two contracts right now, so I have a lot of buffer as well. So there is a lot of room for me to get out. So let's see how this turns out. So 22,000 has been breached. Looks like markets are quite aggressive today, so let's see. We are approaching the third pivot level over here, so let me show you that. So you can see over here that we have approached the S3 level, that is pivot S3 over here. And just a reminder, so our position is at 77, so 2277, so almost over here. So right now looks like it is taking support at S3, but let's see. Let's see if we can have a temporary good push, and ideally it should get a push, but let's see. As long as the 22,000 level is reclaimed, it shouldn't be a cause of concern yet. So okay, so looks like we have a news that is ongoing, so that is at 7 o'clock news. So that was a real good bounce back over here. So you can see that we have a big hammer kind of thing. So we just reclaimed 22,000 level, and now the only thing is, can we go above and sustain the S2 level? If we can, then it shouldn't be any issue. So I'm still in the position, I have not changed anything, and right now my average price for both the contract is 22,077. So let's see if it goes back up. And if it goes back up, then obviously I will be looking for a break even or a get out point around 100 or $200. But let's see. But clearly the theme over here is right now bearish. So let's see how long it can sustain. I still have two contracts, and now I have a choice, like should I average, should I just keep it as is. So that decision I will prolong a little bit and see, for more 5, 10, 15 minutes as to what is happening, and then I will take a call. So, but yeah, so far all good. Ideally, I would like to buy one more contract around 22,000, but let's see. If it can recover by its own, then well and good. But yeah, this is why I just wanted to emphasize that position sizing is the key, right? The market went against me almost by 100 points, and still, the reason I was able to survive is because my position size was small, right? And then I have a lot of room for averaging as well. So it's not that the discipline is very very important, right? When you start the position small, the perks that you get is you can average it out, right? So Ideally, I would like to buy one more at 21,180 level. So sorry, 21,980 level. So let's see. So right now the charts over here are little bit stabilizing. So you can see over here near the S2 pivot zone, it is a little bit stabilizing. Also, if you look at the delta chart, right? Let me show you that. So delta is also little bit stabilizing over here. So the selling pressure right now is on the neutral zone. And now let's see if I can get ideally there is no need to average down further, but since I have a lot of buffer and since I have only two contracts I can, but right now I don't feel a very harsh need to average it out. So let's see. I'm purposefully waiting and keeping myself calm and cool because right now it's not the extent of the move, it is the time of the move. So if I know if I give it a little bit of time, then two things will happen. Either it will recover or I will get a better opportunity to average. So this is the strategy and thought process that I'm thinking right now. So right now waiting is a good choice. Looks like it is trying very hard to reclaim the S2 level. So let me show you that. Over here you can see that it is trying very hard to reclaim this S2 support zone. So I'm still in the trade and I have not touched it. The current status is this. So just to safeguard ourselves, I'm going to put a limit order at 22,080 so that if the markets recover, then we can get filled, right? Or I can let it be and put a limit order at 22,100. So let's see if I can get that. Because here's my thesis, right? If the markets can hold this zone, right, the 22,030 zone, then there is a very high chance of going to 100. So I will let it play out and let's see. Since I have just two contracts, it is more than sufficient for me to, get that return that I'm looking for. So, trading is all about, waiting patiently for your setups to play out. So, absolutely no hurry. Looks like it wants to recover fast. Okay. I can also put order for the break even, right? Nil nil over here, over here. But let's see. I just want to see how dominant or how much buying pressure is still present. So, but yeah, it would be a smart choice to get out early. So, okay, looks like we are very near to the break even point, and I will have to quickly decide. Let's see. Okay, so almost near the break even point, and what I'm going to do is what we can do over here is have a order at 88 and see if we can get filled. If I put the order at 88, it's $440, so not a small amount, right? But finally, you know near the green zone, let's see if we can hit that 88 level. Looks like we are very near to our target. I just want to give one last chance, so let's see. I can put a stop order just to, safeguard myself, but Let's see. I just want to give it one last chance. Almost very near to 88. Voila. Okay, so we got our profit and we are out of the trade. So yeah, I mean, very happy in terms of how I managed my position. So as you guys know, I kept the window open, and this is real trading, guys, right? I first thing, two key learnings, right? One key learning is I kept my position size small, so that was right? Second key learning is I averaged it down at the critical time. So let me show you what I mean over here, right? So over here, what was happening is my first position, as you can see, let me show you over here. So if you go to the settings, right, and if you go to the performance, what you can see over here is the first thing that I bought, right, is at 122, right, and the second contract that I bought is at 032, right? So I average it down at perfect points, right? And why I say this is because you can see over here that 122 was over here, this pivot level, right? And 022 is over here at this pivot level. So I was patient enough to actually average it down over here, and that this is why I was very calm, because I knew that I have two contracts only and my average price was 22.77. So you can see that it was easily $440, but at the same time I did not cut my position when I got the break even point, right? The learning over here is I waited for the price to reach to 088 level, and then I cut my position. So the first trade of the day, and this was right in front of you, $440. So what we made is 430 out of the commissions of the contract. So not bad at all, and I'm very happy with how things played out. So for me, the learning is the position size and the direction. So where I went wrong is over here. If you see, this, when we broke the 15-minute range, it was 100% obvious that the theme of the day is bearish. So where I went wrong is the depth. I thought like approaching S1 and S2 would be good, so market will not go down apart from S2. But to my surprise, it went down from S2 and S3. So over here you can see it approached S3. So normally what happens is, if you study pivot level very much, then you'll see that the S1 and S2 holds very nicely. But if the S2 doesn't hold, then that day is going to be a very violent day. So when I was in the position, and when markets broke the S2 level, I was like, it's going to be really viral day. So I kept my position and I wanted to see how deep it can go. But the very fact that it made a hammer over here, it consolidated nicely over here, and also it gave me a really good signal in the delta over here that the selling pressure is over. Right now it's going sideways. So all those things, right, all those data gave me a confirmation that I need to be in this trade, right? If I saw that the delta is constantly moving down, if I saw that we are not able to hold, this range, that is the consolidation range, then I would have thought of, closing my position or taking a stop loss or doing something like that. But I need the data, or I need the evidence on the chart to for me to recognize that my thesis was wrong, right? So that's where I'm coming from, and very very happy with the trade. Obviously, 400 points means I was able to capture 10 or 12 points because I had two contracts. But yeah, I mean, I just want to show that even with trading one or two contracts, you can still make a reasonable amount of money, right? And then when you pair it with, five accounts, that's more than enough, right? So that is where I'm coming from. And yeah, I would love to know the thoughts, any questions regarding this, and I would be happy to more than answer. For some reason, I have a throat, infection or problem right now, so I'm not able to speak that much. But let's see how long can I sustain. Uh, if it is bothering me too much, then I'll close the stream. But yeah, right now I'm feeling good and I still want to trade. So let's see. I'll take a 5 minute break at some point to get some, throat medicine. But yeah, so far so good. And let us look at the liquidity, what is going on with the liquidity front. So, okay, so here there is a good liquidity over here. So this was the drop, right? Okay, perfect. So, guys, give me just 5 minutes. I will be back in 5 minutes. I'll write in the chat as well. I just need to take a, some kind of medication or something that, gets my throat well. So, I will be back in 5 minutes. Okay. So, just give me 5 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, so I am back. I hope you guys can hear me, and let's start. So, looking at an objective level, right now VWAP is getting tested. Also, coming on to the weekly time frame over here, let's see what it is doing weekly. So it was this really big drop, and now it is starting to recover. Let's look at the daily time frame. So daily, it touched exactly the point of contact over here. So this was the daily time frame. So this is why the volume analysis is very important, because you can see over here markets went down, but it exactly bounced back from this zone, right? So I believe I showed you this in the first 10 minutes of the session. And now let's look at the 5-minute chart and see if we have any good trading zones or trading places. So far, you can see over here, I just had one trade, and in that one trade, I was able to grab, almost 430 points, $430, I mean. So apart from that, everything is good. The real question over here is this bounce sustainable? So you can see over here it was a crazy drop and then went back again up. So now at this point, should we go long or should we go short? In my humble opinion, we should wait for a nice pullback and then see what's happening. So at this point, I'm not a big fan of going long over here, unless it tests the S1 level, and but at any, in any case, going long right now is an uphill battle. A lot of heavy lifting has to be done for in order for us to actually go up reasonably. So I'm waiting for a pullback, a small pullback, near 22,028 or near 22,000. That would be a good point to, see what's happening. So right now I'm not interested in going long. If we receive a nice pullback, then it will make sense to, grab 5, 10, 15 points. And that pullback will start at 22,048 or 22,050, somewhere around here. Looks like we are getting one nice pullback. So it approached 068, 22,068, and then bouncing back again up. I just want one small pullback so that I can go long, but let's see how deep we can get that. Ideally around 50s would be good. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my limit order at 22,048. Let's see if we can get filled over there. Right now it's 60, so very high chance that we will get filled. Even order around 42 is not bad. But right now doesn't look like it wants to go down. And if it doesn't want to go down, then I will go long. So let me see what price action tells me, right? So far so far I have my limit order set to 48 over here, just so that everybody knows. Doesn't look like it wants to go down, but let's see. I have my limit order placed, so, and just in case you want to know the reason why I want to go long around 48, it's because we are very near to this S2 pivot zone. So let's say if we retrace back over here, then there are very high chances that we will get a good trade. So right now I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to go long, but looks like markets doesn't want to go long, doesn't want to go down. So I just cancelled my order around 48. Let me see if I can find some good buying points. Looks like it wants to go down, but there is a lot of buying pressure. Okay, so approaching 60s. I'm feeling a lot itchy to take a position long at 68, but let's see. I haven't taken it yet, but just wanted to, say that out. So far delta is holding up strong, so let me show you what I mean over here. So over here you can see the delta right now is still holding up fairly well. It is not creating a new low. And if you look at the liquidity as well, if I zoom out, liquidity is also holding up fairly well. So two candles with a hammer like a big wick. So looks like a lot of buying pressure is present over here. I'm feeling a lot of, itchy to take a long trade, but let's see. I just need some confirmation from price action or from delta or from, volume. But if the structure doesn't break, then definitely I'm going to take a long position over here. I'm just waiting and giving a benefit of doubt to the bears to see if if there is any selling pressure. At least in the 50s it would be a good price, but let's see. One more good trade and we should be done for the day. So just waiting to capture that one more good trade. As usual, only with one contract or two contracts, so that's it. Okay, so looks like it's not breaking down that easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a long position at 62 if we can get filled. So I just put a limit order at 62. I'm not sure if I'm going to receive that price. Okay, so I just got filled at 62 and I'm thinking to buy one more if it goes down. But yeah, so far in the position at 62. And I would love to average over here around 20, but let's see. So far it looks like it's going to plan out. Yep, so finally went in the money and then now out of the money, so kind of playing out slowly, which is very ideal. So throat is hurting a lot for some reason, I don't know why. So if the markets go down, then I'm going to buy at 22,000 or near 22,000. So that's my plan. But I don't think that it's gonna go down massively. Let's see. So I just put a limit order at 22,000. So as I said, I just put the limit order at 22,000 because I think that would be a good point to, add one more contract. I can also do 980, but let's see if it approaches. So 988 also would be a good point. So approaching the prior low right now, and looks like it is holding on to 22,000 nicely. So I'm kind of now interested as in the 22,000 as well. So let's see. So I'll just buy one more at 22,000 if it approaches that price. Not sure I'm gonna get filled or not, because probably there is a lot of buying pressure over there. Yep. So a lot of buying pressure at 22,000. Let's see if I can grab some, like grab a price near 08. Yep, a lot of buying pressure. Not changed anything, not, it's everything is still the same. What I'm looking for is a good point to add one more contract to the position. So that's what I'm searching. 22008 won't be a bad choice either, but let's see if I can get filled. I have put my limit order, so let's see. Okay, so I just got filled at 008. So now if it reverses, then that would be a really good opportunity. So my average price is 35 right now, as you can see, and if we can reclaim the S2 level, then it would be really good. Then what I'm looking for is 25 points with these two contracts. Let's see. Right now looks like it wants to go up, so the signs are good. See, if you see over here, if we can reclaim this S2 zone, then that is exactly what I want for this trade. So Let's see if we can do that, then that would be great. But if we cannot, then obviously I just have two contracts, so uh, I'll wait and assess the situation there. But on the upside looks really good right now. And looking at the liquidity, right now, liquidity is also holding up fairly well over here. So if you can see over here, there's a lot of liquidity over here. So ideally that should act as a good support unless there is, new selling coming. So this is my current position, guys, and right now my average price is 22,035, and let's see. But so far, what I think is it should reclaim the 22,000 level, and at least it should go near the S2 zone. So let's see how it goes. Looks like the selling is coming again. So over here you can see we have renewed selling or the new lows being created. So let's look at the daily profile as well. So the volume profile right now is over here. So you can see over here that the volume profile, we are approaching the POC or the high volume nodes of 950 zone over here. So let's see how it goes. So my position is around here, 35, 22, 35 over here at this pivot level. And mostly if this pivot level holds, then I will be looking for holding that position for longer, because the profit potential is really good, at least $500. So that's my thesis. So let me share my screen as well. So here's my what do you call, trading terminal, and slowly but surely, in a calm controlled way, I'm just waiting for my thesis to play out, my trade to plan out, right? And I really I'm humbled, and thank you for all the heart and celebration reactions. So just wanted to get that out there, that I really appreciate your reactions. So thank you all viewers. So just wanted to appreciate that. So let's see, now it looks like we are very near to the break even point, right? And as you can see over here, I would love to keep this position at least for $500 profit more, so that we can take home almost around $1,000 today. So let's see if we can do that. because what I see over here is a very nice bottom being forming over here. So a nice green candle trying very hard to reclaim this 35 zone. If it can reclaim, then that would be great. That would be the perfect ending of the day. So that's exactly what I want. Let's see if it can go there. I'll just take a small look at Delta, what Delta is doing. Okay, so Delta is on our side. It is recovering. So let's see. Let me show you what I mean over here. So if you look at over here, the price action is, in the range bound over here. But the Delta from the first drop in the session, it is going up. So ideally what this means is, the selling pressure has exhausted. Ideally this is what it means. So let's see how far it can go. But this is my live position. Again, only 2 contracts, and the position is 22,035, and right now the futures contracts are at 16, so almost 20 points down. So 20 points for Nasdaq contracts, it's very likely that we can not only recover but also go up. So let's see how this plans out. But one thing is for sure, I'm going to wait patiently to plan for this trade to plan out. My throat is really sore right now, so pardon me if my voice is not clear. It's very hard to speak right now, so I'll just take a look at the time because okay, so I have almost 55 minutes. I go to my daytime job at 9 o'clock, so yeah, I may need to close this stream after 10-15 minutes, but I just want to complete this trade and show you guys that I'm out of the position, and then I want to leave. So let's see. Just waiting for my thesis to play out. Looks like a double bottom for me, so let me show you what I mean. Over here you can see that if I take this marker 1, 2 and 3, so looks like a double bottom, a W bottom, right? So this is just a price pattern. Normally the W forms like this, so let's see if it can form again. But as you guys can see, we are very near to the break-even point. So at that point I will have to decide if I have to cut the position on net 0 0, or should I keep it. My thesis tells me to keep it, so let's see, at least keep it till 10-20 points to make almost $400. So let's see. So as you guys can see, right now we are very near to the break-even point, and now I have a choice, should I keep it or should I cut it. But my analysis tells me that the delta is with us, the volume is with us, the price structure, the price action structure is suggesting that it's with us. So with all those evidence on the chart, I don't see a reason not to keep it. So, and let us also keep a target price. So I will set my target to 48, right, to close the position. So I have 2 contracts, so at 48 would be $520, which is perfect for me. So if it can hit 48, then I would be more than happy. Ideally, it should go to 48 and then get rejected, but I'll still wait and see if it plays out. So throat is hurting really well today. So just so that viewers know, I'm aiming for 48 level. It is trying very hard to reclaim the S2 support zone. So over here you can see it is trying very hard to close above this support line. And then let's go back again to my terminal. So let's see. Okay, so in the money, and position is positive right now. One more push. Okay, very near to the target. Very near. Approaching 50s. Looks like most likely we are going to get filled. Almost done. One more push. Perfect, man. Perfect. Whew. All right, so as you guys can see, made another 400 and something dollars, 440 or 450, I don't know, but you can see like what I did over here. So let's go to the logs, and so you can see over here the second trade was the first contract. I bought it at 22.62, right? And then the second contract I bought it at 22.008, right? So and then what I did is I sold it at both the contracts at 48. So my average price was 35, and then I sold it at 48. So 5 plus 8, almost 13 points on two contracts, right? So that made almost 400 and something dollars. So very happy with what happened today. The only key reason or learning in my homework today is going to be I need to razor sharp my entries, right? So I didn't saw that drop coming, but I should have been more prepared. But on the other hand, my position size was very small, so it helped me or my psychology to keep calm, keep cool, and that paid off really well. So to summarize the day, right? To summarize the day, we made almost what $940 in two trades. So the today's trades were longer than expected, but at the same time, not all the days are the same, and I'm happy that the way I navigated all the drawdowns and ups and downs, that was really good. So yeah, so for now, I think we already formed a W pattern which I showed you over here, right? With the marker that we have done 1 and 2 and then 3W, right? So that is how the thesis is being played, and yeah, so far also keeping a close eye on the liquidity. So let me show you that as well. So I don't see huge liquidity as of now. I saw the support over here, right? Which was this one, right? But apart from that, everything is looking good. So I'll leave you with this thought. And one last thing that I want to show you over here is you can see over here that even when I was in position, I was also looking at this cumulative delta, chart, that is volume delta. And this was giving me the confidence and the reason that the selling pressure has, stopped. So if the selling pressure has stopped, that means the delta has stopped going down and it is just going sideways. And right now it is also going up. That tells me, or that gives me the confidence to go long, right? So yeah, I have all the data points that I have to see in order for my trade to play out well. So this is what I was looking at. One key observation that I did on the daily time frame volume is you can see over here, this was, I guess, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I believe today is Thursday. So all of this week we had low volumes, but you can see over here this was 213, that is Thursday last week. So when market went down, it actually stopped around the volume area or the value area over here. So this is why I take a lot of importance on these kind of value area zones. Remember, these are daily candles, and if you know that maximum amount of volume has occurred in this part of the candle, then when the price approaches that part of the candle, it is very highly likely that it will be met by the participants of buyers or sellers over here. So that's my thesis for today. And yeah, couple that with the weekly VWAP, you can see over here after that first hour crazy drop, right now it is just hovering around. So one last thing that I want to show you is the conclusion on the daily time frame candlestick chart. So as you can see over here, we had a very nice resistance of R1, that is this red line. And when we started this day, over here, it was selling out. But look at the exact point where it stopped the selling. It stopped the selling over here. And guess what? Why did it stop just over here? Only because of volume? No, we also have one key point over here. So this was the top, right? This was also the top, right? So you can see that there are 2 points, right, where we had a wick over here, right? So this tells me that there is a lot of chance, or there is a high probability that the selling will stop at this zone, right? So yeah, these are all the learnings from today. And obviously I will be doing my homework and seeing like how can I be better trader tomorrow. But yeah, so far learned a lot, and so far it was a good day, made a lot of profit, right? Almost around $940, replicated on 5 accounts. So yeah, you can see over here, and you can see the logs. So the timing of the trade, so these were one of the longest trades, so 21 minutes, 24 minutes. So the time of the trades were long today, but at the same time it taught me an important lesson of patience. So the way to navigate the trade when you are down, and how you navigate it, is very important. So two key learnings: keep the position size small. So I was always in the position with 1 or 2 contracts only. And second, have when you have such a good buffer, right? When you see over here, like I have 15,000 buffer, it doesn't make sense to hurry things up. When you know that you're not going to lose your account, then it doesn't make sense to mess up and take emotional decisions. So today, that's it from my side, guys. and I would love to open up for any questions, any concerns. If you have, please feel free to write it down in the chat. And if you don't have any questions, then I will wait for 1 minute and then I will close the live stream. So yeah, any thoughts, any reactions, any questions that you have? Any general thought is good. Just let me know how you like it. What are your thoughts? What things are you looking at in the chart? um, and then we can learn, right? Okay, so I presume that there is no thoughts and there is no questions in the chat. So, with that being said, I'm going to close the stream, and yeah, I'll return to my daytime job. And yeah, for tomorrow, the update for tomorrow is my throat is really hurting, so I might not do the stream tomorrow, but just wanted to put it out there. Just keep your notifications on. If my throat allows me, then I will definitely do it. So normally I schedule it at night. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for viewing, and I really appreciate your presence. And I just follow one mantra, keep growing, keep learning, and keep trading. So, with that being said, goodbye, everyone, and I'll see you in the next stream whenever possible, right?